Hello again, everyone. This is Blake Smith of the GAC Sports Network. Privileged to be joined today by the 2023-2024 GAC Female Athlete of the Year, Allie Bianchi from Henderson State. Well, first of all, Allie, congratulations. You've got a lot of awards, especially this season, but this one probably is one of the bigger individual marks.
Yes, it is. Thank you, Blake.
Absolutely. Let me just run down for the folks listening. Six-time Player of the Week this year, an all-tournament team honor, a first-team All-American, multiple years of academic All-Americans, an individual GAC championship, a T5 of the Central Region tourney. Which one of those stands out the most for you in terms of individual accomplishments?
Um, to be honest, they're all a great honor. I mean, I feel like this year was really a good year for me. But I think my favorite part of the year was winning the GAC tournament. It's kind of something I've been striving for a while and felt like I could do for a couple of years now. Um, and it was just fun, the dramatic fashion that I guess it ended in. So
A lot of talk around Arkadelphia about that ending for sure. Well, obviously golf being a team sport and things like that. So we're making sure that everything is in check. But we want to talk about your team accomplishments too. During your time at Henderson State, your team won four GAC championships, three Central Region championships. You made two different trips to the NCAA quarterfinals, and then 2 seasons ago, you made the semifinals of the match play. And I know it's really difficult with how golf is kind of an individual and a team sport. How did you kind of focus your energies on not worrying about your teammates and letting them kind of do their own thing and you do your own?
yeah, I mean, it is different from other sports and, the way that we practice and stuff, but I think that's where the magic is really made. It's kind of like, we're still pushing each other in competition. We're working on what we need to individually at practice, but we're still coming together at the end of the day and pushing each other to play better there. And so it's kind of nice having four other people that you really trust, then you see that they're working on what they need to day in and day out. And so when we go into competition, it's kind of like, okay, all I have to do is focus on what I can do because there's nothing else. I trust those four to go take care of business, and yeah, just trust the process and the practice that we put in.
And it's kind of interesting to see with the roster that you've been with. You guys have been together for a good chunk of your time at Henderson, and you've seen yourself grow as a program. How rewarding was that to kind of have friends and teammates to bring that up and come along with together and not just focus on, okay, who's my teammate going to be this year? Who's our 4 hole, 5 hole, that kind of thing?
It's awesome. I think I talked about this last year, but just the team camaraderie and everything that I've been so lucky to have through my 5 years at Henderson and being able to kind of come in with a group that was all my age really built that foundation. Like I said, I think I talked about it last year even, but the four freshmen, including myself, that I came in with, we were kind of the beginning of this era of Henderson golf, and it's been really fun to kind of add a player here and there every year and build them into that team culture and drive for excellence. Yeah, it's been an amazing thing to watch from my end.
Individually, you've been pretty successful in your time at Henderson as an individual, but this year was really another step up for you and for the program. Did you sort of have kind of an aha moment or just a moment in practice where you really figured something out to really get going on what can be considered a hot streak that started even back in the fall?
I mean, to be honest, I feel like there's not really an aha moment or anything. It's just that it's something that I've been working on for the past 3 or 4 years, really. Yeah, I would say definitely the last 3 years has kind of just been coming together. Golf is not one of those sports that happens over a night. I mean, no sport really is, but it's something that you just have to trust the process daily. And so I feel like this year, just the team that we had and the competition that we had and everything, it just kind of happened to work that way and come out on top a few times.
It did, and it worked out very well for you. This year as a team, you made the match play at the NCAA championships for the second consecutive year. Fell a little short in the quarterfinals, but what did it feel like to kind of go in having that experience from the year before semifinal run? How do you think that kind of helps you guys get motivated and kind of know what to expect?
Yeah, I think that was a huge deal for us this year. I think last year, we had a lot of inexperience in the match play. We did make it to the semifinals, but I felt like we actually had the team definitely to win the national championship. And I think really it came down to kind of a little lack of experience and knowing what to do in between the quarterfinals and the semifinals. And so I felt like this year, having that under our belt, having four players that already had experienced that and just one player that hadn't, was a really big deal for us, even just going into the quarterfinals, and knowing how to handle ourselves and what to expect and how to prepare the one player we had that didn't have that experience.
And I'll let you go on this one. As we mentioned, multiple academic All Americans, academic All District. That has to have at least a cumulative 3.5 GPA. How hard is it to balance that between having to golf, which of course is something you have to practice every day to keep good habits and keeping ahead of yourself in classes so that when you're gone, you can kind of talk about that balance between the classroom and the course a little bit.
Yeah, it's really difficult, I think, especially in golf in particular, just because I don't know if people truly understand how many hours you have to put into it. It's a very time-consuming sport, and not to mention we have to do a lot of travel on the road. We don't really have home games or anything like that, so and even in practice, we're constantly on the road. So yeah, I think managing classes and trying to manage all of that time spent, outside of my house or in the classroom and stuff is really difficult. And we definitely don't get enough credit for it. But this year was really nice for me because I finished my master's, and everything was online. I did also have a graduate assistant position in the School of Business, but my bosses were amazing in helping me out with that and being able to manage golf and my work there as well as class. So yeah, it came together really nice, and I like being able to have that freedom, like I said, with the online classes, and makes it a lot easier to manage my time. So
Absolutely. Not something somebody can just walk into and do from day one and be an expert at. So congratulations on that. And of course, congratulations on all your honors. Of course, JC Female Athlete of the Year. That's a great honor. We congratulate you. We're very happy to have you have sat down with us, and congratulations again.
thank you so much, Blake.
Glad to be with you today. And folks, that will end our visit with GAC Female Athlete of the Year, Allie Bianchi. For the GAC Sports Network, I'm Blake Smith.